I'm going to read a few pages from my favorite book, Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing. Chapter 1, The Big Winner. I won dribble at Jimmy Fargo's birthday party. All the other guys got to take home a goldfish in a little plastic bag. I won him because I guessed there were 348 jelly beans in Mrs. Fargo's jar. Really, there were 423. She told us later. Still, my guess was the closest. Peter Warren Hatcher is the big winner, Mrs. Fargo announced. At first, I felt bad that I didn't get a goldfish too. Then Jimmy handed me a glass bowl. Inside, there was some water and 3 rocks, and a tiny green turtle was sleeping on the biggest rock. All the other guys looked at their goldfish. I knew what they were thinking. They wished they could have a tiny green turtle too. I named my turtle Dribble. While I was walking home from Jimmy Fargo's party, I live at 25 West 68th Street. It's an old apartment building, but it's got one of the best elevators in New York City. There are mirrors all around. You can see yourself from every angle. There's a soft cushioned bench to sit on if you're too tired to stand. The elevator operator's name is Henry. He lets us call him Henry because his last name is very hard to say. Our apartment is on the 12th floor, but I don't have to tell Henry. He already knows. He knows everybody in the building. He's that smart. He even knows I'm 9 and in 4th grade. I showed him Dribble right away. I won him at a birthday party, I said. Henry smiled. Your mother's going to be surprised. Henry was right. My mother was really surprised. Her mouth opened when I said, just look at what I won at Jimmy Fargo's birthday party. I held up my tiny green turtle. I've already named him Dribble. Isn't that a great name for a turtle? My mother made a face. I didn't like that way he smells, she said. What do you mean? I asked. I put my nose right down close to him. I didn't smell anything. But the turtle? So Dribble smells like a turtle. But the turtle. So Dribble smells like a turtle, I thought. Well, he's supposed to. That's what he is. I'm not going to take care of him either, my mother added. Of course you're not, I told her. He's my turtle. I'm the one who's going to take care of him. You're going to change his water and clean his bowl and feed him? All of that? She asked. Yes, I said. And even more, I'm going to see that he's happy. This time my mother made a funny noise like a groan. I went into my bedroom and put Dribble on top of my dresser and tried to pet him and to tell him that he would be happy living with me. But it isn't easy to pet a turtle. They aren't soft or furry. They don't lick you or anything. Still, I had my very own pet at last. Later, when I sat down at the dinner table, my mother said, I smell turtle. Peter, go scrub your hands. Some people might think my mother is the biggest problem. She doesn't like turtles. She's always telling me to scrub my hands. And that doesn't mean just run them underwater. Scrub means I'm supposed to use soap and rub my hands together. Then I've got to rinse them dry. I ought to know by now. I've heard it enough. But my mother isn't the biggest problem. Neither is my father. He spends a lot of time watching commercials on TV. That's because he's in advertising business. These days, his favorite commercial is the one about Juicy O. He wrote it himself, and the president of Juicy O Company liked it so much, he sent my father a whole crate of Juicy O for our family to drink. It tastes like a combination of oranges and pineapples, grapefruits, pears, and bananas. And if you want to know the truth, I'm getting pretty sick of it, sick of drinking it. But Juicy O isn't my biggest problem either. My biggest problem is my brother, Farley Draxel Hatcher. He's 2.5 years old. Everybody calls him Fudge. I feel sorry for him. He's going to be a grown up with a name like Fudge. But I don't say a word. It's none of my business. Fudge is always in my way. He messes up everything he sees. And when he gets mad, he throws himself flat on the floor and screams. He kicks and bangs his fists. The only time I really like him is when he's sleeping. He sucks on his fingers on his left hand and makes a slurping noise. When Fudge saw Dribble, he said, "Ooh, see!" And I said, "That's my turtle. Get it? Mine. You don't touch him." Fudge said, "No touch." Then he laughed like crazy.